Hi everyone, this is Imran Sheikh and I'm going to present the paper on semi-supervised training of ASR acoustic models with limited data using the LFMMI training criteria. I would like to mention that this work was carried out under the Comprise project, which aims at building cost-effective, multilingual, privacy-driven voice-enabled services, and it is funded by the European Union's Horizon 2020 research grant. LFMMI is a state-of-the-art approach to train speech recognition acoustic models. It tries to train an AM which maximizes the MMI, which intuitively means we increase the chance that the model is making a prediction similar to the reference label, the numerator in equation 1, and decrease the chance for all other possibilities, which is the denominator in equation 1. As shown in equation 2, it can be implemented with FSTs, that is finite state transducers, and all this can be done in a supervised setting where we have manual transcripts of the spoken utterances, or in a semi-supervised setting where an ASR can give possible hypotheses for the spoken utterance. In prior art, the LFMMI training has been quite effective in domain mismatched and limited data scenarios, as listed below. In contrast, this paper is trying to address scenarios where there is limited amount of unlabeled speech data, which is quite relevant in practical situations like early development stages, privacy critical applications, and even for low resource languages. And to address such scenarios, we present an approach which guides LFMMI training with explicit ASR error detection. First, I will present a quick overview of our approach. As any semi-supervised training approach, we begin with seed models trained on the available label data. The unlabeled speech is decoded using these seed models to obtain lattices and confusion networks. Then we have an error detection model trained on part of the development set. We apply this error detection model on the confusion networks obtained from the unlabeled speech and derive the error-guided supervision for the unlabeled speech. Finally, we can use both labeled and unlabeled speech datasets for training better acoustic models. Now let's get into the details of the error detection model and the error-guided supervision. The error detection model works on confusion networks obtained from the ASR. A vector of features is extracted from each confusion bin, and these features are fed into a sequence tagger based on bidirectional LSTM recurrent neural network. The tagger is trained to tag each confusion bin into one of the three classes, which are error, no error, or epsilon. We train the error detection model on a part of the dev set along with its labels, and this model is used to detect errors in the ASR hypothesis on the unlabeled speech. Now I will present our first error-guided semi-supervision method, which we call error to UNK. It has the error detection model, which we saw before. The tags predicted by this model and the original confusion network are used in the error to UNK method. The error to UNK semi-supervision finally retains the best path from the confusion network, such that the error tag bins are mapped to the UNK token. A second error-guided semi-supervision method, which we refer to as error to lat, makes use of the lattice decoded on the unlabeled speech. We still use the error to UNK hypothesis. Additionally, we have an edit transducer, which enables insertion, deletion, and substitution operations between the ASR lattice and our error to UNK hypothesis. The idea is to keep the best decoded path in no error regions and fall back to lattice-based supervision in the error regions. This is done through an FST compose operation between the error to UNK hypothesis, the edit transducer, and the ASR decoded lattice. Finally, we have the error to lat semi-supervision for the unlabeled speech. Now that we have seen the working of the proposed methods, we will move on to an evaluation. We evaluate semi-supervised AM training approaches in three practically relevant setups. The first one is the domain mismatch setup, where LibreSpeech is the labeled data and conversations from verbmobile dataset form the unlabeled speech. The second one is the domain match setup, where both labeled and unlabeled data are from verbmobile conversations. The third setup is a domain match setup, where both Labeled and unlabeled data are from Let's Go dialog system. The splits used in the evaluation setup are listed in the table. For a cleaner AM evaluation, the LM is trained only on the labeled train set. The iVector extractor is trained on the entire train set following prior art. AM performances are compared using word error rate and the relative word error rate improvement. Additionally, we also report the word error recovery rate, which indicates how much of the possible improvement has been achieved. Moreover, the F1 scores on the error detection performance are also presented. This slide shows the evaluation performance in a first setup, which highlights the domain mismatch when transferring acoustic models trained on crowd-read speech to conversational speech. LibreSpeech to VerbMobile in this particular case. We see that best path supervision performed better than semi-supervised LFMI in this domain mismatch setup. Among the error-driven supervision methods, error to UNK method performed best. This is the domain match scenario with conversations from VerbMobile dataset. It is directly comparable to the domain mismatch setup in previous slide. First of all, we can see that overall word error rates are much lower. Secondly, semi-supervised LFMMI does perform much better here. Error-driven semi-supervision methods give an equally better performance. We hypothesize that the improvements from error-driven semi-supervision methods are lower here due to a poor F1 score on the error class. For the domain-matched human-machine dialog utterances from the Let's Go dataset, both BestPath and semi-supervised LFMI do very well. However, proposed error-driven semi-supervision methods give much better improvements, and they almost fill the gap achievable by Oracle models with a word error recovery close to 90%. The main takeaway from this paper is that error detection-driven semi-supervision performs better than existing approaches. We report about 4% additional relative word error rate reduction as compared to state-of-the-art semi-supervised LFMI scheme. As future work, it would be interesting to explore finer error control and reliable ASR confidence measures, and indeed better methods to bias the lattice supervision. With this, I would like to conclude this talk. Thank you very much for paying attention.